Hello and welcome back everyone. So today I wanted to teach you how to pressure with razors in Highborn. So the concept is pretty simple. The hardest part really is your hands getting used to it really. So I mean you'll need to practice this a bit, but once you get it down, it's freaking easy, and you'll make people hate their lives and hate this game. So that's sort of the point of Highborn. Alright, so on hit or on block, what you want to do is hold forward after you do razors. So razors is back down 2. You want to hold forward while you do it. So I'm going to show you on block. Go in the practice options, then turn your frame data on for you. And then go in AI options and do block mode. All right, okay, so here we go. If I don't hold it, that's what it does, right? -9, as you see, that's very negative and people can punish you. If you hold it, that's -1, so it wasn't super good. What do you want to do to be 0 or +1? You want to let it go as soon as the first fan hits. Oops. So again, that was 0. That was too short. So anyways, you really just want to practice that over and over again. Get that 0. Even if it's -1, like in those games, technically -1 is plus. So that's what it looks like. You can do it obviously on any string you want. So on 1, 2, doesn't seem to work really well. So I wouldn't do it, especially on block. Probably works on hit, but yeah. You can do that too. Back 3, 4. It's pretty easy to get the block advantage 1 on that one. So it's really good to use in the corner as well. Oops, wrong one. So yeah, pretty easy. Now on block, sorry, on hit, it's the same thing. This one won't advance you super far, but you want to wait until the second fan hits, because if you don't, you won't get a lot of hit advantage. So when that second fan hits, you get 24 hit advantage. If you don't, you get 4. So the thing about that is nice about the 24 is that you can go and back 1, 4 and, you know, continue your pressure. And it's the same thing if you can punish them and do 1, 2 razors. You have 11 hit advantage. Now back 1 is 13 and back 2 is 17, so it's a bit slow. But if they want to pressure after you hit them with this, you can still do back 2 or back 1 if you want to get that punish. I mean, in my opinion, if they try to poke, you do back 1, it'll catch them, right? Because it's a mid. As opposed to like trying to go for the 1, 2 again, because the first hit is a high, which I wouldn't recommend doing, because again, if they poke, then yeah, you'll whiff and they'll get hit advantage. So let's go back to the AI blocking. So after you get razors on hit and you're consistent by getting -1, 0, or 1, there are a lot of things you can do. So first, obviously, again, oops, that was a miss. You down 3, because her down 3 is 7 frame startup. Her down 1 is 9 frame startup and is slow as hell. It has decent pushback and decent range, but it's shitty as hell. And if they have a better down 1 than you, than 7 frames, if they have a 7 or 6 frame down 1, then it'll beat your down 1. So you want to use down 3. Now, typically after a down 3, I'll do back 1. Her fastest, again, is 1-2, but the problem is it's a high. So again, if they poke, it'll go over it. So that's why I go for a back 1 into more razor pressure. Right? So you do that all the time. And I think I forgot to mention, but when you hold it, so you do a down back 2, when you hold it forward, I hold forward and 2 at the same time. And I release both at the same time. As you can see on the screen, you can see my inputs to the left. So you can see I'm doing the special and then holding forward. Right. So razor pressure, down 3, back 1, more pressure. You can do side stance, sorry, and go into the hit, because a lot of people will try to like, oh, she's in the side stance, I'm gonna try to cancel it out, right? But little do they know that if they press buttons, this will catch them. And sure, it throws them far enough, but like you have fans you can use, you have sides you can throw, and all that good stuff. That's like one layer you can put to your offense, and then another layer, this string has an overhead variation with crushing blows. Now I'm pretty sure I can, let me see here. So if they're blocking low, this happens because it's an overhead and you get a crushing blow. So that's another layer, another thing you can scare them with, right? Get that juicy damage. After that, some very useful strings you can use is the one where she turns herself into a Beyblade, pretty much. This one. Like, it's -6, but you can test if they know how many hits that low spin is. Because if they don't, then it's just funny to do, honestly. It's -6, so technically it is unsafe. So, I mean, try it once, see how they react. Then after that, back 1, 3-1. That's a really good one because it puts her in -1 and pushes her back. So you can do a lot of things. You can throw fans, or you can go ahead and do back 2, or try to do a back 1 after it. See if they challenge your space, if they try to regain space or not. But Kitana's really good at spacing, especially in this variation. You know, she has so many tools. She can bait, teleport, and, you know, do all kinds of stuff. So again, back 1, 3, more pressure, down 3, oops, back 1, 4, continue the pressure. And you do that over and over again until they rage quit. Or until you win, which either comes first. And as you can see, I want you to take notice of how much damage these freaking things do on block. Ridiculous. Look at all the damage, you know? Even if they're patient and they block all freaking game, you just took like almost half their life just by pushing them to the corner with razor pressure, right? Other than that, things you can do in neutral instead of going into back 2 razor pressure. You can do back 2, back up, do it again. They block it once, they block it twice, do it a third time, it don't matter. Do it until it hits them. They will learn today. They will learn how many tools you have at your disposal to condition the freaking heck out of them, right? So if you want to be super fancy, you can test the reactions. I like to do back 3, 4 into side throw and see if they block or not. Like, if you're this close, most of the time you'll get hit out of it. But sometimes in the corner, it actually works really well and it's hilarious because they get so frustrated. Sometimes you can do it up close or after they get knocked down. So if you're knocking them down with this, let me show you. So, right, it tracks them and it gets them. So you condition them that they have to block on wake up. And oops, obviously, yeah, you have to be careful because with the side throw, you can choose the distance. Like this is close, this is far, or you can let it track. Sometimes if you like leave your fingers on the arrow keys for some reason, it'll do dumb shit, so be careful, you know, when you do it. Just pop it like so and continue your offense. Sometimes I do it too, like in this range. I'll do it and then they're like, oh, I blocked it, haha, and then you go in with a back two and just razor their ass and continue your pressure. I do that a lot. Sometimes I'll test them with the fan, see what they do. But most of the time, I'll throw Psy, which gets me in trouble sometimes, so be careful if they have Fatal Blow available, because if you do it, they can just pop Fatal Blow and it will get you every time, because this thing is slow as hell. So as you can see, the startup is 46 freaking frames. 46 frames to throw a damn Psy. So you have to be careful. You gotta know your opponent, and if you want to get cheeky, then go ahead. So yeah guys, that's it for this video. I hope this helped if you're wanting to pick up Highborn, or if you've been playing Fanfare or Fearless for a while and you want to get on that Highborn hype train, because let me tell you, it's worth it and it's actually really fun. Like there's not a lot of combos, and I'll probably do a combo video for it, but yeah, there's not a lot of combos and it's super freaking fun, and you're gonna have a great time just pissing people off and testing their reflexes. So let me know if this helped you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow.